All right, listen up, because what we're about to dive into isn't just another car comparison. This is a clash of titans, a genuine sports car face-off for the ages, born from the very heart of German engineering. On one side, we've got 503 German horses, pure, unadulterated rear-wheel drive aggression, and a carbon fiber strut brace that screams performance. On the other, a formidable 450 horses, the legendary Quattro all-wheel drive system, and a launch control so brutally effective it almost feels like you're cheating. One of these badges, one of these automotive philosophies, is about to get a serious reality check in the next few minutes. You'll want to stick around because when we talk numbers, they don't just speak, they shout, and one of these contenders just got caught with its pants down. Section 1. The lineup. So what exactly have we brought to this high-stakes showdown? Well, we're not messing around. We've hauled these two magnificent machines to our private, closed proving ground, a sanctuary where excuses simply don't exist. Today, it's the current generation BMW M4 competition, a beast with a reputation, going head-to-head with the Audi RS5, a master of sophisticated speed. We made sure the playing field was absolutely level. Same day, same stretch of pristine tarmac, tire pressures meticulously checked, and even the tarmac temperature a consistent 15 degrees C. No variables, no alibis, just raw, unadulterated performance. Let's talk specs, because the devil, as they say, is in the details, and sometimes the glory too. The M4, in its competition guise, flexes with a twin-turbo straight-six engine. This isn't just any engine, it's a BMW inline 6, a lineage steeped in motorsport history, churning out a staggering 510 PS, that's about 503 horsepower for our American friends, and a muscular 650 Nm of torque. All that power is channeled exclusively to the rear wheels through a lightning-quick 8-speed automatic transmission. It tips the scales at 1,730 kilos with all its fluids topped up. It's a precision instrument designed for the enthusiast who craves direct connection and a bit of a challenge. Then there's the Audi RS5. Its heart is a twin-turbo V6, a compact powerhouse delivering 450 PS, 444 horsepower, and 600 Nm of torque. Unlike the M4, the RS5 embraces its Quattro all-wheel drive heritage, distributing that power to all four wheels via its equally slick 8-speed Tiptronic transmission. At 1,745 kg, it's marginally heavier than the M4, but that weight often comes with an assurance of grip. On paper, the BMW clearly holds the advantage in raw power and torque. It's got that extra punch, that numerical superiority. But the Audi, with its legendary Quattro system, counters with an undeniable edge in traction. This isn't just about horsepower figures. It's about how that power is put to the ground. We're about to find out which of these edges is sharper, which one cuts deeper into the asphalt, and ultimately, into the competition. It's a philosophical battle as much as a mechanical one, raw, rear-driven aggression versus refined, all-wheel drive composure. Section 2. 0-100 kph sprint. All right, the moment of truth for straight-line grunt. This is where reputations are made, or occasionally shattered. We set up our precision timing gear, the atmosphere thick with anticipation. 3 honks, the foot brake loaded, boost building. It's a symphony of mechanical tension before the explosion. The Audi RS5, with its Quattro system, absolutely catapults off the line. It doesn't just accelerate, it launches with an almost violent efficiency, like it's been rear-ended by a freight train, or perhaps fired from a cannon. There's barely a hint of wheel spin, just an unyielding surge forward as all 4 tires dig into the tarmac. The G-forces are immediate, pinning you back into the plush RS sport seats, leaving your stomach somewhere behind. A mere 3.52 seconds later, it trips the beam at 100 kph. That's a staggering display of initial acceleration, a testament to Quattro's ability to deploy every single one of its 444 horsepower without hesitation. To put that in perspective, some tests show the RS5 hitting 100 km/h in as little as 3.8 or 3.9 seconds. Our test car managed an even more impressive 3.52 seconds. Now, the BMW M4. With 503 horsepower on tap and only 2 wheels to manage it, the launch is a different affair entirely. The M4 lights up its Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires for the first 20 meters, a dramatic, smoky ballet of power overcoming grip. You can hear the tires fighting for purchase, the traction control working overtime to rein in the beast. It's a more theatrical, more brutal launch, but also a less efficient one in these initial meters. And even then, its rear-wheel drive architecture means it's inherently at a disadvantage when fighting for initial traction against a sophisticated AWD system. This isn't a knock on the M4. It's simply a fundamental difference in how these two cars deliver their initial punch. It's a reminder that sheer horsepower isn't always the sole determinant of off-the-line speed. Sometimes it's all about putting that power down effectively. Section 3. Rolling 60-130 kph. But a drag race from a standstill is just one chapter in a car's performance story. What about real-world overtaking, that surge of power you need when you're already moving? That's where our second test comes in, the rolling acceleration from 60 to 130 kph. This isn't about launch control heroics, it's about raw torque, gearing, and how quickly an engine can spool up and deliver its goods when already in motion. For this test, both cars were locked into second gear. No fancy launch procedures, just pure, unadulterated torque and traction battling it out. The Audi RS5, with its potent V6, delivered a respectable time, needing 5.9 seconds to cover that speed increment. It pulls strongly, smoothly, with that characteristic Audi efficiency. The surge is linear, predictable, and confidence-inspiring. However, this is where the BMW M4 begins to assert its numerical superiority. With its larger displacement straight 6 and that extra 50 nm of torque, 650 nm versus 600 nm, combined with what feels like a slightly shorter final drive, the M4 absolutely devours the distance. It clocks in at a blistering 5.4 seconds. That half-second difference is palpable. You feel the M4's power building with an almost relentless force, its inline 6 pulling harder and longer. Where the Audi is strong, the BMW is simply stronger, reeling in the RS5 with impressive speed. By the time they hit 110 kph, the BMW is already walking past the Audi, pulling away decisively. This test highlights the M4's inherent advantage in mid-range punch. While the Audi might win the initial hole shot thanks to its superior traction, the BMW's greater outright power and torque, coupled with its M-tuned powertrain, makes it the king of the roll. It underscores the different philosophies at play: instant, accessible speed for the Audi, and a more explosive, top-end biased power delivery for the BMW. So far, it's one for Audi in the drag race, and a clear win for BMW in the rolling acceleration. The battle is far from over, and each car is showing its distinct strengths. Section 4. Quarter mile. All right. The ultimate real-world measure of straight-line performance for many enthusiasts. The quarter mile. This isn't just about initial launch or mid-range pull, it's a combination of everything. Sustained acceleration over a longer distance, pushing both engine and transmission to their limits. We line them up once more, the GPS timing gear firmly affixed to the windshields, ready to capture every millisecond of their high-speed dash. The Audi RS5, having showcased its incredible launch prowess, once again got off the line with minimal drama, its Quattro system ensuring every ounce of power was translated into forward motion. It's fast, incredibly fast, crossing the stripe in 12.03 seconds at a speed of 185 kph, approximately 115 mph. This is a seriously quick car, no doubt about it. Its consistent pull, free from any theatrics, makes it deceptively rapid. The RS5's official quarter-mile time is often cited around 11.9 seconds, so our test result of 12.03 seconds is right in line with its known capabilities. But the BMW M4, despite its slightly slower start, had a trick up its sleeve for the longer run. That extra top-end grunt from its magnificent twin-turbo inline-six truly comes into its own when the runway gets short and speeds climb. The M4 trips the quarter mile in a blistering 11.73 seconds, hitting a trap speed of 190 kph, around 118 mph. That's nearly 0.3 of a second faster than the Audi and a higher terminal speed. This is where the M4's additional horsepower and its free revving nature allow it to stretch its legs and pull ahead. The M4 Competition X-Drive, for instance, has been recorded doing the quarter mile in as little as 11.0 seconds at 125 mph in some tests. This result perfectly illustrates the M4's character. It might demand a bit more finesse off the line, but once it's hooked up and moving, its inline six is an absolute freight train, pulling relentlessly to the horizon. It's a testament to BMW M's engineering, optimizing for sustained high-speed performance. So, for the quarter mile, it's a clear score 1 for Munich. The M4, with its greater power and top-end shove, proves itself the faster car over a longer straight. Section 5. Braking 100 kph. Now, going fast is exhilarating, but stopping fast, that's often even more critical, especially when you're pushing these kinds of speeds. For our braking test, we subjected both cars to 5 cold stops from 100 kph, taking the best result. Both cars were shod with identical 275 width Michelin Pilot Sport 4S rubber, ensuring tire performance wasn't a variable. The Audi RS5, with its robust braking system, pulled up in an impressive 33.1 meters. That's a strong showing, demonstrating excellent stopping power and stability under hard braking. The pedal feel is firm and reassuring, inspiring confidence that the car will shed speed effectively when called upon. However, the BMW M4 managed to shave off a crucial bit of distance, stopping in 32.4 meters. This slight edge can be attributed to the M4's slightly larger 300mm steel discs up front, part of its M-compound braking system. While both cars feature advanced braking technologies, that extra bit of rotor diameter and M-specific tuning gives the BMW a marginal but measurable advantage. Now, let's be honest. We're talking about a difference of just half a meter here. In the grand scheme of things, in a real-world panic stop, this difference is unlikely to separate your rib cage from the dashboard. It's basically a number on a spreadsheet, a testament to marginal gains in engineering rather than a life-or-death scenario for the average driver. Both cars offer phenomenal braking performance, a crucial safety net for such powerful machines. But in this objective test, the BMW M4 edges out the Audi RS5, adding another point to its tally. Section 6, Track Lap. All right, the proving ground for any true performance car, the track. This is where the rubber truly meets the road, where the balance of power, chassis, and driver engagement come together. Our chosen circuit was a tight, technical 2.11-kilometer ribbon of tarmac, featuring 10 challenging corners and 2 short straights, a perfect blend to expose the strengths and weaknesses of both cars. To ensure fairness, we had the same seasoned driver pilot both machines. First up, the Audi RS5. Out on the track, its quattro all-wheel drive system immediately makes its presence felt. The stability is immense, allowing for incredibly early power application out of corners. You can stomp on the throttle almost aggressively, and the car simply digs in and goes. This instills a huge amount of confidence, letting you carry impressive speed through the mid-corner. However, there's a trade-off. If you get a little too greedy, pushing too hard into a bend, you start to feel that characteristic front end wash wide, a subtle understeer that reminds you of its nose-heavy all-wheel drive nature. It's incredibly fast and composed, but perhaps a touch less communicative at the absolute limit. The RS5 lays down a very respectable lap time of 134.83. It's rapid, efficient, and unflappable. The RS5's composed handling, aided by its Quattro system, offers excellent traction and stability. Then came the BMW M4. From the moment you push it, the M4 is a different animal. It's tail-happy, yes, but in a beautifully controllable way. The rear-wheel drive dynamics mean you have to be more precise with your throttle inputs, more delicate with your steering, constantly managing that immense power. But once you trust it, once you learn to dance with it, the M-tuned active differential works its magic. It allows for incredible adjustability mid-corner, letting you rotate the car with the throttle and exit with a surge of controlled oversteer. It's a more visceral, more engaging experience, demanding more from the driver, but rewarding that effort with a profound sense of connection. The M4, with its sharp and aggressive handling, offers a highly responsive and immersive driving experience. The M4 clocks in a lap time of 134.41. That's 0.4 of a second quicker than the Audi. On this day, on this specific track, the rear driver proved quicker. This isn't to say the RS5 isn't capable on track. It absolutely is, offering a safer, more predictable platform for fast laps. But for the driver willing to exploit its dynamic limits, to manage that immense power through just 2 contact patches, the M4 delivers a more rewarding and ultimately faster experience. It's the scalpel versus the incredibly sharp, but broader blade. This round, for the sheer thrill and ultimate lap time, goes to the BMW. Section 7. Real-World MPG. Now let's bring things back down to earth, or rather, to the pump. Because while these are high-performance machines designed to thrill, many owners will also be driving them daily. So, real-world fuel economy actually matters. We put both cars through a rigorous 150-kilometer test loop encompassing a realistic mix of B-roads, motorway cruising, and city traffic. No hypermiling here, just driving them as an owner would, albeit with a keen eye on the consumption figures. The Audi RS5, with its slightly smaller displacement 2.9-liter V6 and the inherent efficiency of its powertrain, returned a very respectable 9.6 L100 kilometers. That's pretty impressive for a car offering this level of performance. Audi's official combined consumption figures are often cited around 9.1–9.4 L100 kilometers, so our real-world test aligns well. The BMW M4, with its 3.0-liter inline-6 and slightly higher power output, came in at 10.3 L100 kilometer. While not a massive difference, it's still a measurable one. BMW's official WLTP figures for the M4 competition hover around 9.9–10.2 L100 kilometers. What does this difference truly mean for you, the owner? Let's do some quick math. If you're like many performance car owners and daily drive around 30,000 kilometers a year, that 0.7 L100 kilometers difference translates to roughly 1 extra tank of fuel in the BMW every 12 months. For most of us, spending this kind of money on a performance car, that's a negligible difference. It's not going to break the bank or significantly impact your running costs. However, for those meticulous spreadsheet warriors who track every penny, every efficiency gain, it's a clear point to Audi. It speaks to Audi's typical focus on refined efficiency alongside performance. So, in the battle of the pumps, the RS5 takes a small but notable victory. Section 8. Everyday Ergonomics. Let's face it, as much as we love track days and drag strips, these cars spend the vast majority of their lives on public roads, dealing with daily commutes, grocery runs, and long journeys. So how do they stack up in terms of everyday ergonomics, comfort, and practicality? This is where the distinct personalities of BMW M and Audi RS truly diverge. Starting with the Audi RS5, it's clear Audi prioritizes a more refined and composed daily experience. The ride, even in its sportiest settings, feels noticeably softer and more compliant than the M4's. It absorbs road imperfections with greater grace, making urban journeys and long motorway cruises genuinely comfortable. The seats are cushier, designed for long-distance comfort, yet still offer ample support when you decide to push a bit harder. They strike a fantastic balance between luxury and sportiness, often featuring intricate stitching, heating, and even massage functions. Then there's the interior tech. Audi's virtual cockpit is still, arguably, the sharpest and most intuitive digital instrument display in the game. Its customizable screens, crisp graphics, and seamless integration of navigation and media make it a joy to use. The MMI Touch display, a 10.1-inch freestanding screen, is positioned thoughtfully towards the driver, providing acoustic feedback and a user-friendly interface. It feels modern, sophisticated, and perfectly integrated. And let's not forget practicality. The RS5, especially in its Sportback guise, which is now the only variant available in some markets, is incredibly versatile. It swallows a stroller whole with ease, boasts a generous 465-liter boot capacity, or 21 cubic feet, and can expand to 35 cubic feet with the rear seats folded down. This hatchback design makes loading bulky items a breeze, offering significantly more usable space than a traditional coupe or sedan trunk. It truly feels like a high-performance Swiss Army knife. Now, over to the BMW M4. Stepping into its cabin, you immediately sense a different ethos. It feels more cocooned, more driver-focused. The seats, while incredibly supportive for spirited driving, grip you like angry koalas, with aggressive bolstering that constantly reminds you of the car's sporting intentions. While fantastic on a winding road or track, they can become a bit much on longer journeys or for those with a broader physique. The ride quality is undeniably busier. Even with adaptive suspension, the M4 communicates every single road imperfection with an unfiltered intensity. It's probably 20% firmer than the RS5, which translates to a more raw, connected feel, but also a less relaxing daily drive. On the technology front, BMW's iDrive 8 system, or later iterations, is lightning quick and highly capable, but it often requires a steeper learning curve than Audi's more intuitive setup. The interface is powerful, but can feel a bit overwhelming initially. While the M4 also offers good trunk space, around 440 liters or 15.5 cubic feet, it's a traditional coupe trunk, not the versatile hatchback of the Sportback. So the choice here is stark. If you prioritize comfort, cutting-edge digital aesthetics, and genuine everyday practicality, the Audi RS5 is your sophisticated, do-it-all luxury performance machine. It's the Swiss Army knife, capable of handling almost anything you throw at it with grace and speed. But if you crave a more raw, engaging, and uncompromised driving experience, where every input is felt and the cabin is designed purely around the act of driving, the BMW M4 is your scalpel. It's less forgiving, perhaps less practical, but it delivers an intensity that many enthusiasts adore.